But let's move back to something in the real world really quickly, away from all of that, and that is Grand Theft Auto 6 will star a female playable character.
When's GTA 6 even coming out?
I don't even know.
9 years from now.
Yeah, I hope eventually. Slasher said, "I'm going on Chris Cuomo's new TV network tonight on primetime to talk about the American military sucking kids in through esports in your Twitch chat. Be the next super soldiers, Hasan soldiers, sir." Wait, really? Is that starting already? Isn't because Cuomo's
That was quick.
Yeah, no, he bounced back, my king.
That was very quick.
Yeah,
What's the new TV network though? What's it called?
I don't know, but I think it's the same company that owns Rising.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But someone said gender will cease to exist before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Yeah, they'll abolish gender. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have a female playable character. Apparently GTA 1 also had one. I never played GTA 1, but I did play GTA 2. I don't remember that, though.
I remember playing the London one.
I think that was the top-down one.
Yeah.
I played the London one, too. Wasn't that... I think that was an expansion pack for 2, I think. Or maybe it was a separate game.
I forget. It was so fucking long ago.
Yeah.
But, okay. It's just like, okay. GTA 6 came out in 2013. Like, this is... I will believe this shit when I see it.
Yeah, we'll
Like,
see.
come on.
I mean, I'm excited for another GTA. Like,
I am
enough
too.
time has passed. It's funny, though, that they're like... first of all, I don't give a shit if one of the main protagonists is a woman. Like, great, who cares?
Ooh,
as long
she's
as
Latina.
as long as you make a good game. She will be a Latina who will star alongside someone else in a story influenced by Bonnie and Clyde. It's going to be set in the fictionalized version of Miami and surrounding areas, which is great because Florida is like real life fucking Grand Theft Auto anyway. Okay. And also, more importantly than all of that, though, they are apparently making it more like less problematic, which is what they said. That's such a strange fucking thing to.
That's
like.
disappointing.
It's a game revolving around like stealing cars and doing murder. Like what
It's also like no one would like if it came out in 2017 they would get yelled at, but like now
Yeah, no one cares
no one
about this
cares
anymore.
about
Exactly.
that shit now. Like just do the stupid shit you always did, where it's like you drive over a bridge and it's called like Gay Felching Bridge, and you get in a car and it's called like Fat Ugly Woman Mobile. They just do all the regular
the good
stupid
stuff.
jokes they
The good
always
stuff.
do. Like, come on.
And the other thing is like, you know, I think they eliminated like a transphobia or something from one of their missions, which is fine, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
but it's like you can do that. You can tackle a concept such as transphobia in an interesting way that isn't transphobic.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
like the idea that like a lot of it's satire. Like the entire point is satire, right? You can have bad characters do bad things, and trying to fucking sanitize that. Especially when it comes to like problematic things that exist in real life, trying to sanitize it by removing it entirely rather than making parody of it and making a joke about the person that is like clearly being bigoted is so stupid.
I feel like more than anything, they're just trying to cover their ass. But like, I wish they had somebody there whose entire job was paying attention to like the climate, because it's like, okay, I feel like you have a 2-year window to release this game where you would be totally fine if you did the shit you always did. And I do feel like, I don't know, it's disappointing for it to not be like GTA.
Yeah,
You know, I think like the jokes in those games are very hit or miss, but the point isn't literally that the jokes are funny. The point is like the atmosphere of this like completely fucking stupid, edgy thing, you know?
Yeah. I don't care what they do as long as they put out a fucking good game. Like, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, but like I don't know. The atmosphere of the game itself is important to me, though.
Yeah, look, in the summer of 2020, after a police officer killed George Floyd, Rockstar Games quietly shelved a mode of play it had planned the release for Grand Theft Auto Online called Cops and Crooks. Where
This is,
players
like,
organize
the
into teams
only
of good
thing.
guys and bad guys, but seems especially tone deaf during the global reckoning over police violence. Bro, just, what do you mean? That's the greatest part about Grand Theft Auto, is that like, you just like fucking...
This is like the only thing that came from like what started out as like an actual popular uprising. Like this is the only thing that people got.
Yeah.
Is just like this shit. Like the stupid game company that makes cars in their game called like the fucking like the gay sex mobile, being like, we stand with Black Lives Matter.
I just don't understand.
We're
Like
prison abolitionists now.
it's
what the
but
fuck
that's
are you
the thing. Like
talking
it's a fucking murder cops game. Like you can
Yeah.
murder all the cops.
Oh
I don't
my
understand
God.
why they like. I don't get it.
What a
I just-
depressing world.
Yeah. It's just
Fucking
it's so
God,
strange
dude.
because it like literally doesn't do anything. Like you're not
No.
you're not sanitizing. You're not even like sanitizing your main form of art, right? Because
Yeah.
like the bulk of it is still literally murdering cops. You can like steal a tank and drive over 1 million people.
The point of the free play mode outside of the missions, what you do once you like get all the guns and everything, is to like kill as many
yeah.
civilians and cops
Like, do
as
mass
possible.
shootings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, yeah.
Which is which blows my fucking mind.
That's what everyone and their friends would do, is like who can go on the longest rampage, and you pass it off to the next person when you die.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. I mean,
Man,
I hope
everything
it's
sucks.
still great. Like I hope it's still not fucking. I hope it's just still not awful, guys. Bernie Sanders is live on Twitch every fucking week. Okay, I don't know what you want from me. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and like listen to Bernie Sanders talk on Twitch. It's probably already a rerun. I don't know why this chat lights the fuck up every time. If you want to go watch Bernie Sanders, you can do it on your own. Okay. People will literally be like, please raid Bernie Sanders. Like, end your stream and raid Bernie Sanders. He's going to save America if you raid him.
For what? For Build Back Better too?
Yeah.
Shut up.
He's gonna save America if I raid him right now. If
We're
I
trying
end
to
the
save
stream.
Grand Theft Auto. What's
Yeah.
more important?
Exactly.
Shut up.
What is Bernie Sanders? Let me hear Bernie Sanders' take on Grand Theft Auto. They should not be taking the broads out of Grand Theft Auto.
He's not doing anything.
Yeah.
He gave up. And we're the only people fighting right now.
What if by less problematic it means left of satire rather than conservative humor? No, that's never what that means, man. It's just lib shit. But yeah, one element of it is that they did remove crunch. I guess that's good, and like it's a less toxic work environment, so that's good.
Okay, that's
overall
good, yeah.
for the people that are making the video games there, so that's great. It's consistently the most annoying shadow stew. Yeah, always, like literally always. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it is the change of location. Fictionalized Miami. The change of location was specifically made to help keep the game's ambition and scope a little more realistic, avoiding the kinds of development crunch that Rockstar titles are known for. However, the changes have come with a predictable side effect of slowing down the game's development. It's been in development since 2014. It's still 2 years away, and that progress is extremely slow. Development won't stop when the game is released either. The initial game world will just focus on its fictional Miami. Bloomberg's report says that Rockstar plans to continually update the game, adding new missions and cities. Oh, they're doing the DLC shit as well. Where
Yeah, they said that about GTA 6 too, though.
or
or
this is
GTA 5
6.
rather.
Yeah, and then they never did that because online took over.
they never added like single player missions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pessimistic about it.
Yeah, the goal with this too is to mitigate crunch, overtime strategy, as well as Rockstar's new, less grueling development process, slowing down the work. An attempt at changing the studio's culture in general will have an impact within the game itself, starting with a female protagonist. That part I don't really care about. Bloomberg's report mentions that Rockstar was known for having workplace culture full of drinking, brawling, and excursions to strip clubs. This version of the company made GTA that attempted to find satire in every part of American life, frequently by making jokes about the most vulnerable people in American society, leading into cheap stereotypes, undercutting many of the game's more salient criticisms and best jokes. But apparently, the studio hopes to be the new Rockstar Games now. Already removed several transphobic jokes from the re-release of Grand Theft Auto 5. For Grand Theft Auto 6, Bloomberg says the developers are conscious of trying not make jokes at the expense of marginalized groups and people.
It just, I feel like instead of taking a new look at things, they're just like not gonna touch things in this way.
I really hope that, I don't know. Bernie is streaming right now. My guy just chatting. Dude, fuck me, dude. No way. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, we have to raid Bernie to save Build Back Better.
No, dude, it's crazy. We have to watch
We have to
him.
save Build Back Better. Shut up. Never call me my guy again. I'm trying to save the Grand Theft Auto
Look at
franchise.
you. You're shitting on chatters right now, like a fucking full blown.
I hate when someone calls me that. I'm not your guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? You don't talk like that.
There were definitely some transphobic jokes. I remember when I replayed it. Overall, like a couple jokes here and there is fine, like obviously. But like I said, you can 100%, considering how much like cultural critique and satire that Grand Theft Auto engages in normally, I feel like I feel as though they are the people that would normally be able to tackle it. There's like multiple different ways of doing that. You know what I mean? But I feel like they'll just go the Netflix diversity route instead.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like the thing that's going to come out is going to be, it'll be very clear that they worked on this from like 2014 to 2018. And it'll
The
be
first half is like super fucked up.
Yeah, it'll be super like of that time. There's going to be like a really fucking stupid Trump analog in this game. I think this is going to be like terrible. I think this is going to be like the worst thing ever created.
I hope not.
And in that case, I am excited for it. If it's going to be bad, I want it to be like incredibly shitty.
I just hate that there's only two avenues for content now, okay? And both revolve around like both are defined by either their proximity or just their proximity to like liberal rad lib culture, like rad lib cultural cues. Either you are so fucking far away from it and you're like Dave Chappelle, a man whose brain has just been broken by the existence of trans people to a degree where he's just decided he no longer wants to even do comedy and just fucking yell about trans people existing in society. Or the other side of it, which is like, oh, we're gonna sanitize everything and do land acknowledgements inside of Grand Theft Auto, without like, you know, making fun of the hypocrisy of such a thing, you know what I mean, and just like doing it seriously and changing all the characters to Latinx. Like every character is like referred to by Latinx or something.
Yeah. I feel like the Netflix stand-up selection during the Trump years was like a preview of all culture.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's
Hannah Gadsby or Chappelle.
Yeah, exactly. Those are your two options.
Yeah. It's just fucking terrible. It's just two planks, both are fucking dog shit and just sucks. Absolutely sucks. Yeah. What about Daphne Dorman? Chappelle said no more trans jokes, though. No, he has not stopped doing trans jokes, dude. What are you talking about?
Well, they're not even like jokes.
They're not.
I feel like
it's just him complaining.
His thing about like I feel like the real reason that he like quit TV and like has embarked on the journey he went on is that it's more than anything, he felt like people should respect him like as a philosopher and as a social critic. That is the vibe I have picked up from him in like the last special.
He's too
because
self-important.
he's like Hannah Gadsby, like he's not doing jokes either.
Yeah.
He's just doing like self-serious monologues.
Yeah.
In the first special, there were jokes and I was like, damn, he like when he wants to, he still got it. Cuz I do think he's like a historically great stand-up. And I think Chappelle's show is like an amazing show. But also, he has the problem that every like old comedian has, where they want to be recognized for being a smart person. And the more those specials went on, the like less jokes there were in them, and the more just like self-serious monologues that you got.
But the thing is, like, Carlin was able to weave in like social commentary and like some serious, like very serious subject matter, while still doing it in a humorous capacity. Because comedy relies on understanding the subject matter that you're covering and tackling, which is why Dave Chappelle talking about issues that pertain to like Black life in America specifically was so good, because he's Black. This is what he grew up in. He did a really great job of describing that to a much broader audience as well, even though sometimes people didn't understand the message and were laughing at him rather than with him. But when it comes to trans issues, he's just doing the hacky ass, like Ricky Gervais style. Oh, trans people are so weird, right? Like, look at them. Just like pointing at them from afar without trying to understand it, because there's like plenty of jokes that you can make about trans existence without just directly saying trans people are weird. Am I right?
Yeah, no, it's telling like the hackiest, like like no punchline, just like aren't these people fucking weird
Yeah.
jokes, and then like right after you get done telling the most like self-serious meditations on your thoughts on those jokes.
Yeah.
And like where they place you in society. It is the worst of both worlds.
Yeah. I'm glad that Bill Burr hasn't fallen into that. Like he's done, I mean, his latest special, I watched it. It wasn't like one of his greatest at all, but he still certainly was like, you know, making jokes about feminism and maybe a little bit about like cancel culture as well. But he wasn't, what do you call it? But he wasn't like making that the entire point.
Bill Burr would never like sit down and have like the last 30 minutes of his special be like a meditation on the role of the joke teller in society.
Yeah.
He would never do that to me.
I hope he doesn't do that.
Now
Yeah.
everyone will let you down.
I think he's he's just too self-aware. I feel like to engage in that kind of behavior.
I feel like the thing that drives comedians insane, even comedians, maybe even especially comedians who make like $50 million a year, well into their careers, is the simple fact that like comedy sucks, and they have to like negotiate what that means to them.
Yeah.
Do you accept the comedy sucks and like, okay, I'll just keep doing this even though it's like an ephemeral and like difficult but still shitty art form? Or am I so embarrassed by the fact that I do it that I will get away from it and just deliver these soliloquies on the meaning of comedy to try to make it into something that it can never be?
It happened with the Chris Rock slap, where so many comedians like popped off on it, where they were like, they won't even give us like our own Oscar. And that's where that resentment comes from, though. That's literally where that fucking like little brother syndrome comes from, is that like they will never get acknowledgement for what they do as like a meaningful medium, as a meaningful format. So that's like part of why they have to act like they are the modern day philosophers, you know what I mean? Where it's like what we're doing is actually really, really important. But again, that's still absolutely, in a weird way, incredibly liberal, because so do liberals when they fucking say like this comedy special needs to be barred. Like you can't have this comedian make these jokes. Like it's actually killing people.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Like it's the same energy as a stand-up comic, unironic, like especially when they're like testing material that is like not supposed to be the main thing, and there's no other way to test the material other than to say it in a room and see what the reaction is, and then people will fucking film it and go, "What the fuck? He said this is terrible," blow that shit up, and that is the same energy as like the comedians that say, it's philosophy, or like the philosophical overlords.
Yeah, that is like the best advertisement you can give to that shitty comedy.
Yeah.
It's to call it dangerous.
Yeah. Is Dave Chappelle's image redeemable in the eyes of trans community and trans supporters? I mean, what? That doesn't even matter. Like, for most people, everyone, especially with like all the goodwill that Dave Chappelle as a brand has, all he needs to do for the average person, all he needs to do is just make good comedy. Look, they let you murder people in the NFL if you can fucking, if you can run the football. I don't know. I don't fucking know what you're supposed to do in the NFL. But like, if you're good, if you can run really fucking fast, you can literally get away with murder. Okay? Straight up. And that same principle exists in every industry. And basically, if you're a comedian and you're making, bad jokes overall, it's done. That's it. If you're not making jokes at all, it's completely done.